I have to be fair and square, and probably even triangle. There isn't many games like Mass Effect out there. It is really hard to find something that is similar, but I did my research and this is what I found. Let's begin with Knights of the Old Republic. Like Mass Effect created by BioWare, this game has similar model of dialogues, difficult plots and decision-making system. According to the developers, Mass Effect was inspired by these Star Wars games. They wanted to create something similar, but use an original story and setting in general. You know, when you have your own thing, you can enjoy the freedom it provides. Anyway, both parts of Knights of the Old Republic are amazing. I would dare to say that they have much deeper and more interesting story than any Star Wars movie. I know that they can look old by now, but believe me, you can upgrade those games using many mods that community provides and enjoy the game without any regret. The Outer Worlds. This game is often called the Fallout in space, but I assure you, every player who tried Mass Effect in the past will get the vibes the Outer World took from it. Companions, dialogues, and even humor feels a bit similar. And talking about humor, in fact, at first this game looks like a comedy, like Saints Row or something, but later you realize that this is not the only thing game offers. Here you will also find really dark themes of cruel landlords, slaves, and dying children. I would not dare to say that this game is a comedy and nothing else. The vibes game generates feels more like if Firefly and Fifth Element movies had a foursome with Mass Effect and Fallout, and Outer Worlds is the newborn. I have finished this game in a few days. It is really short one, but in my opinion it is probably the best game of 2019. DLC is in the plans, so if you're watching this a bit later, check it out. Maybe it's already out. Dragon Age series. Just like Knights of the Old Republic and Mass Effect games, it was developed by the team at BioWare. There are currently 3 games available, some are loved more than the others, but if you look from a perspective, they are all great and more or less interesting, especially for Mass Effect players, because Dragon Age from the very beginning sometimes is called the fantasy Mass Effect. It has almost the same companion system, also dialogues and decision making is pretty much similar. Dragon Age 4 is in the making right now, but it won't be available for masses at least until late year of 2022. Osiris New Dawn. Game is in the early access from a year 2016, and that is terrible. So, starting with this happy note, let me tell you more about this indie game that actually looks a bit like Mass Effect Andromeda, just with better environments. The pain I feel every time I mention Andromeda game, it's real. I can't understand how they managed to absolutely fail instead of making a legendary game. Anyway, let's talk about Osiris. It is a nice survival game with beautiful graphics and easy control. Unfortunately, the game does not yet use its full potential. There is currently too little content. For now, you can't even take your helmet off in your habitat. So, my suggestion would be, keep an eye on this one. It might never leave early access, but you never know. Things can change, and we could have a wonderful game. Divinity Original Sin 2. This turn-based RPG is a wonderful tale of unbelievable scope with more complex systems than most. Mass Effect fans will enjoy the character interactions and backstories of the fleshed-out companions, as well as the sheer abundance of inhabitants that you can talk to and tinker with. I know that you might not be into fantasy games, but Divinity changed many such opinions in the past, and it will continue to change more, because game is really complex, with deep characters and many outcomes your own actions can cause. Deus Ex franchise. It is a sci-fi game, but it's not in space, so it could be a problem for some. Anyway, game is very similar to Mass Effect, except combat system. Deus Ex is more strategy and stealth based, while Mass Effect is more direct. I can't really remember when I executed something more in it than just hide behind some obstacle and wait till the health bar recovers. In Deus Ex it's totally different, but here you will find conspiracy exploration and Mass Effect-ish conversation option that lead to different outcomes within each interaction. Also, if you have chills from this galaxy map music and never played Deus Ex, I can promise that in there you will find many amazing scores. Game has really exceptional music, which is created creating amazing atmosphere. That's it, the main list is over. Also, you may check out Jade Empire and Anthem, both have some Mass Effect vibes. Thank you for watching, the subscribe button is waiting eagerly for your soft romantic touch. Let's be friends. My name is Cold Beer and I'll see you next time. Bye.